in the footsteps of someone would mean you're walking behind them. It would mean you look up to them. It would mean you want to be like them. If you take a careful look, Allah Almighty has decided and chosen to have an eternal miracle for us. The footsteps of a messenger of His, whose sacrifice and dedication and worship was absolutely humongous. If any of you have been to Mecca, right next to the Kaaba, not just the footsteps, but the footprint of Ibrahim alayhi salam is found. It's called Maqam Ibrahim. The footprint or the footprints of Ibrahim. And Allah makes mention of it in the Quran. وَاتَّخِذُوا مِن مَقَامِ إِبْرَاهِيمَ مُصَلَّى. Allah wants you to fulfill prayer at the maqam, behind the footsteps of Ibrahim or the footprint of Ibrahim. In other words, we all have to follow the footsteps of his, not just figuratively, but literally. There are the footsteps. We go in, we see this golden structure that was built later on to preserve those footprints. Why is it there? Why does Allah say, go behind it and fulfill minimum 2 units of prayer immediately after your circumambulation? Because Allah wants you to follow the footsteps of this great prophet of his for a reason. Allah wants you to go behind and to think for a moment, these are footsteps. I'm instructed to be behind them and I'm instructed to follow the footsteps. Yes, there is a mark of the print itself, which makes it even better. Because when I say I'm following in his footsteps, it's figurative. What it means is, there's no physical footprint, but it means I want to follow his lifestyle or something about him or her. But Ibrahim alayhi salam, Allah wants you to do it properly. And if you're able and capable to go for the Hajj, Allah says, وَلِلَّهِ عَلَى النَّاسِ حِجُّ الْبَيْتِ مَنِ اسْتَطَاعَ إِلَيْهِ سَبِيلًا. It is incumbent upon you, for the sake of Allah, to go for the Hajj for those who are able and capable. Incumbent. May Allah make it easy for the Hujjaj, those who have gone, those who are about to go. And may Allah take us to fulfill the Hajj and the Umrah over and over again. But my brothers and sisters, it's important to look at why this is the case. Why is it this particular footprint? Why did Allah keep it? When Allah instructed Ibrahim alayhi salam, every time an instruction came, he did not doubt it, he did not question it, he fulfilled it before anything else. His iman was so solid that the Quran makes mention of a particular point that Allah decided to relay to us so that no one doubts Ibrahim alayhi salam's firm conviction. What is it? Ibrahim alayhi salam, he questioned a lot, but his questioning, Allah confirms, was never because of a doubt in faith, but rather to strengthen the faith even more. Everyone, it's your duty to question, and you must ask questions until you're satisfied. But Allah wants to clarify that in the case of Ibrahim alayhi salam, he was satisfied, but he asked questions in order to reconfirm and to know something he might not know, something greater and higher. For example, وَإِذْ قَالَ إِبْرَاهِيمُ رَبِّ أَرِنِي كَيْفَ تُحْيِي الْمَوْتَى. Allah says, remember when Ibrahim alayhi salam asked his Lord, "Oh my Lord, ask me, how do you resurrect the dead? How do you give life to those who've passed away?" So the first thing Allah asks him, "Walam tu'min." Why? Do you not believe? Do you not believe? Why does Allah ask him the question? Because just to confirm for all of us later on that actually it was not out of any question of faith, but it was rather out of knowing something that he did not know. You follow? So I believe you, I trust you, I know everything, but please explain to me, why did you do this? When you explain to me, I will be in a better position to explain to others. I will have something within me that others won't have. So the benefit of the question came to us. So Allah says, أَوَلَمْ تُؤْمِنْ, do you not believe? He says, بَلَا قَالَ بَلَا وَلَكِنْ لِيَطْمَئِنَّ قَلْبِي. He says, indeed I believe. It's not even a question. I firmly believe. But this is only in order to have an extra calmness to my heart. I know more than others. I know how Allah gave the life. Then Allah tells him, okay, I want you to take the birds and do this and do that. The point I'm raising is the conviction of Ibrahim. He built a relationship with Allah. You and I build a relation with Allah. Promise Allah. Whether you're going for the Hajj or not, build a relationship with Allah. You will never go wrong. Allah will leave your footprint way beyond your life. Subhanallah. Ibrahim alayhi salam made a dua that, oh Allah, after I pass away, what about my progeny, my children? Can you keep the deen in them? Can you keep the prophethood in them? Allah says, we will grant them, those who believe and those who don't believe. As for those who believe, it goes beyond into the hereafter. As for those who don't believe, they may achieve pockets of goodness on earth as a result of the goodness they may have done on earth. But in the hereafter, they have no recompense there. They didn't even believe in that. Many people say, well, we don't believe in the hereafter. I'm talking of those who are perhaps atheistic, agnostic, etc., etc. Some categories of those people will tell you, we don't believe there's a hereafter. And then they will tell you, you guys are very harsh. You believe we're all going to hell. And I always say, well, that means you do believe in a hereafter. Why are you so bothered about the fact that we believe people are going to be cast in hellfire when you don't believe? But the question already shows in that case that they have a fear. They have a certain element. There will be probably something in the hereafter. That's why they say it's too harsh. I'd rather not believe. That means you do believe. So don't fool anyone. There is a hereafter. It has to come. Not just the Muslims, but all Semitic faiths and even some that are non-Semitic. They believe in a hereafter. They believe there will be something beyond death. It doesn't just end here. So Allah Almighty tells us very, very clearly that Ibrahim alayhi salam, we left a mark for him. We left a footprint, not just in a figurative way, but physically. When he built the Kaaba in the middle of nowhere, he built a house for Allah by the instruction of Allah. Allah loved it so much because you know what? What was of interest to him was, where did this instruction come from? The minute he knew, it was done. It was done. You know, when you love someone, let's talk even of the love that might not be so permissible, haram love. When